Welcome to It's All Fine and Dangy, where we talk about community, health, culture, and all of the big and little things that make life good. Here are your hosts, Dan and Angie.
It is 8:30, guys. Welcome to episode 69 of the It's All Fine and Dangy Facebook Live podcast today.
Yes, welcome. Do you know what? How many more episodes we have until we can open that bottle of wine?
Was that like 31? 31 more episodes. So our 100th episode, we have a fabulous bottle of wine to celebrate the occasion.
Yes.
Yes. So tonight, guys, we are excited to have our guest on this evening to chat about her business and about a special event that she's going to be putting on here pretty soon. So we have Joellen Caulder. Did I get it right? I know I did. Caulder. Let me not mess it up.
No, I think you got it right.
And she is a wife. She is a mom to 3 little ones, 2 dogs as well. I believe there's just 2 dogs still. And she is a small business owner of Shabby Jo's. And we'll talk all about that. So we'll get into that. And she is actually somebody that's setting the perfect example for giving back in the community. So we would like to welcome Joellen. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Hello. I'm excited.
Got the little ones down to bed.
Cage
Maybe.
to the room. Watching a movie with Dad.
There you go.
It's calming time, right? It's the end of the night.
It should be bedtime. We're running late tonight.
Oh, okay. So they have a set bedtime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're not running around like my children did. Like
I was going to say, I miss the days. This is going to sound terrible, but sometimes I miss the days when 8:30, the whole house is kind of shut down, and
oh yeah. It still goes
That's
late.
That's how it's normally been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So I know Joellen from way back when. I don't even know how many years, Joellen. So we used to work at Justice together. Yeah, but I met you when you worked at the Winter Park store.
Yep.
So I don't even know. I mean, it had to have been 10 years ago, right? Because I want to say.
Well, I stopped working right when I had Dallas. So that was 5 years ago, and I was with the company for 8 years. So I mean, it's been a long time.
It's been a while that we've known each other.
Wow, you guys have known each other for a while.
Yeah.
Well, so what's funny is, full disclosure, I know I always say that, but Joe, right before we started, we sort of know each other through Angie. And I didn't even dawn on me. She's like, oh, I've known her for so long. I've known her since Justice. And I was like, you have? And she goes, you remember that wedding we went to that had the cool remote control car?
Yes.
And I was like, oh my goodness. So that is very cool. Yeah, I just didn't put 2 and 2 together until 5 minutes ago.
Yes, we actually attended their wedding.
Yes.
Their very cool wedding. That was the coolest thing.
Justice girls there.
Yeah, we did.
And their spouses.
Yes, we did. We had fun there. We did. We had a good time. Who doesn't have fun at a wedding?
I'm happy you had fun. That open bar.
Yes, it did. That you always look for that on the invitation.
That's why I didn't remember. There you go.
So I just wanted to talk a little bit about you. I mean, we've learned that you're mom to 3 little ones. And you're a wife, but when you're not busy with the kids or with your business, what do you do for fun with the family or for fun with yourself?
Oh, well, for me, if I can escape into the garage and paint, even if it's just a project for the house, that's me. Organizing, I will tear something apart just to reorganize it. That is fun for me.
I remember that.
Or the beach. If I can escape to the beach, that is my happy place.
Oh, that I can relate to for sure.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. There's science behind that, baby. Nobody comes back from the beach feeling stressed.
No, and if you are, then you did it wrong. That's for
right. Sure. That is right.
Well, you talk about going to the garage for being, or getting into a project for being like your happy place, and that is awesome because we do some home renovation stuff, but we have found as we're doing it that sometimes it goes really well, and sometimes it's very fulfilling, and sometimes things just have a way of not quite working out. So part of what we want to talk about with your business here, and the part of the thing that I'm excited to talk about is we bought this piece of furniture. What's that called? A Hoover something?
A Hoyser.
Hoyser?
I think you're right. I think it's a Hoyser. I don't know.
Yeah, Hoyser
that.
or
It's
something.
like their
It's something like
buffet,
that. Yeah.
kind of pantry serving cabinet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like an old, and I don't know if ours was really one of the older ones, but it's got
Yeah, I
like
don't
a
think so.
porcelain countertop. Anyway, to make a short story long here, Angie and I bought one of those at like a yard sale. We were going to restore it.
Yeah, we're so excited.
It's going to look so awesome. We had like a picture on Pinterest that we found on how cool it was going to look. And it sat in the kitchen for 2 years, year and a
something
half,
like that.
just
Yeah,
beat
let's
up.
go.
And so we'll get into your business, but I just wanted to say you do amazing work. And looking at the pictures that you do is one thing, but having our own piece of furniture now in our house that you did, I was blown away when they brought it back. And it didn't look as good as the picture in Pinterest. It looked better than the picture in
Yes.
Pinterest. So
It did.
so I had been going, referencing that picture every time I showed someone the old beat up thing in our kitchen, and I go, but no, look, it's going to look like this. And then when they brought it back, I was like, that is amazing. I'm going to pull up a picture of it real quick.
Oh, yeah.
here.
We have a before and after here.
It's this one, yeah.
Cool.
So right here on the left is the original piece that we bought, and this is how it looks when it was fully restored. And now it's like a really nice piece of furniture. It's a good conversation piece too in there.
It is. Oh, I love it.
I love doing it. It turned out gorgeous.
So the only thing we have to do, Joellen, is Dan did that beautiful handwriting. Remember the chalkboard
that
writing?
penmanship.
I'm telling
yeah.
you, he's an amazing
No,
artist.
thank you for that. Well, we learned something about, and I read it like when I was halfway through doing it, and I was like, nah, it's fine. But when you have chalkboard paint, you use chalk. You don't use chalk markers. So
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's more permanent.
So we'll be doing
Did
some.
you find out that the hard way?
Yeah,
we
so
gotta
we'll
touch it up a
be
little
doing
bit.
a little bit of chalkboard painting over my drawing, and then we can use chalk.
Oh my gosh. Oh well, you live, you learn.
But it's funny because I'm such a coffee nut, but I'm part of a like a coffee subscription thing where they send you new coffee every 2 weeks, and I'm going to write on there like what the kind of coffee that's in there that week is, and so everybody that's having coffee knows what they're getting. So I think it'll be cool. So how did you start
I
doing
wish I was
this?
a coffee drinker.
Oh, you're not a coffee drinker? Well, you can do
I'm
tea.
like this much coffee, this much like sugar and
Creamer.
cream.
This was her for a long time.
And ice. I won't drink it hot.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not an iced coffee girl, but I like it creamy. I cannot do.
I
I
drink
try it. I try the black, and I'm just like, nope, it's not happening. Sorry.
I love it. I love it black. So for me, it's it's a thing. It's funny. I also say so when people come up, it's the three of us. That's who's going to use it. Probably my daughter and me and Angie. But anyway, it's an awesome piece of furniture. How did you get to start doing this?
Ooh. Well, I think going back just a little bit, my papa used to paint with oil paints. I was always so fascinated with how they would dry, and it would be like more lumpy on the canvas. I was always painting with him in his shop that they had on some land, and he actually did upholstery. So I think I get my creative side from him. My mom got his traits in being very creative, so she was always painting and doing crafts with us kids. So I definitely get it from them. But I think my first project, Ty and I had just moved out. We're living on our own. And I saw this Pinterest post, Shabby Chic. And I was like, what is this? So I looked it up, and I did a severely terrible job of like trial and error of painting. And I used Vaseline to like wipe it off to cause distress. It did not go so well at all. Pinterest really makes you feel like you could do anything, but
that's relatable. I mean, you kind of can now, but we've been there.
Yeah.
So is it just trial and error
good.
after that? Just trial and error?
Yeah. I think now I'm finally in the groove of like what paintbrush brand I like, what paint kind I like, clear coats. Like now I have like a set, okay, this is the only brand I use. Now I know.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's many years of trial and error. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And that can get expensive too, that trial and error, as we've learned.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and it's
Or
hard
projects where people say, oh, the paint peeled off, and oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's
Yeah,
more
like-
pressure for you too, because now you're doing it for other people, and I think, like you say, I would agree from what I've seen. I think you found your rhythm in it. But even for just us trying to do our own stuff, it's like there's nobody to disappoint but us. But sometimes it just goes south, and there's a lot of stress in that. So
There is.
it's cool that that's your you find sort of solace in doing it, because I wouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you first started, I remember seeing you post on Facebook like some custom pieces that you actually built you and Tyler were kind of, your husband Tyler were kind of playing around with that farmhouse kind of look.
Yep.
So
Yep,
is
we
that
would
really
build-
where it started, kind of?
Yeah, at first I was getting like small pieces, like a little coffee table, $10 at a yard sale, kind of paint it, restain it, sell it. But my husband, he was like, all right, look, this is what I want to do, and I want to build this farmhouse table. So you just need to find one on Pinterest, and we're just going to build it.
Wow.
And we built it, and we loved it. Ever since then, we were building custom farmhouse tables, entertainment centers, coffee tables, end tables, like you name it, we wanted to build it. And then, the economy kind of took a little dip, and wood got so expensive that people would say, well, you're charging so much for this piece, but you can get it, off-brand department store for so much, but it's not real wood, and it has, just a machine cutting it out, and you have to put it together for half the price. But yeah, we used to do a lot of custom work. We still do a little pieces here or there, but yeah, definitely I like taking the ugly and making it pretty now.
So is it you? So if I'm understanding, so you and your husband Tyler, he used to actually build the furniture from scratch, and then you did all the stuff to it. Oh wow!
Yep.
And now you're
we would
restoring.
go to Lowe's and build it and cut it, sand it, stain it, paint it.
Wow! So he's skilled with like the whole woodwork and putting everything together like that. I'm assuming.
Yep, it's funny. We actually took a what is it called? A carpentry wood shop class in high school together.
Oh wow!
And he never wanted to be my partner, even though we were dating. He had to have his friends as his partner. But it taught me to do things on my own, of like how to work a drill and how properly to cut, with a saw and stuff like that. But yeah, we learned back in high school on what to do and how to do it.
Oh my gosh. Did you ever think this is something that you would actually be utilizing in the future, though, is, bringing in a source of income?
No, actually. Like, I knew I liked doing it, but I mean, you're so young in high school, you just want to get through your classes and go to work, get Taco Bell. Like,
I was going to say, I took woodworking in high school too, and I don't remember one speck of it. And I remember trying to make one thing like a magazine rack, and it came out all weird and warped. So I think you guys just kind of had a talent for it, I guess.
Yeah, some people are crafty.
My husband's really talented.
Yeah, some people are crafty like that when it comes to utilizing those tools and everything. Now, don't get me wrong, I love using the tools. I can't tell you that I actually know.
Right?
Turn into something.
I love the power tools. When there's a power tool, I'm like, oh my gosh, what does that do? I want to try it. But yeah, it's probably dangerous, touching them.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part of it? Is it the staining? Is it kind of getting an idea of what the design is going to be? What's your favorite part of doing all this?
Sometimes I don't even have a plan. I will look at what paint I have left, what I have just enough of just to finish the project. But distressing is my favorite.
Yeah, I love that
because it changes the project completely, and it makes it look, like it was back in the day, which I like. I have pulling up again the image of the coffee bar that you did for us. But yeah, around the edges of all the drawers and the edges of all of it, it's got that worn look, and then there's like little chunks of it that look like they're missing, and it's a different color paint, and I love that look too. Yeah. And also,
it goes so well in our kitchen.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, and I actually sent Joellen pictures of our kitchen, like our tile and our cabinets and stuff, so she can pull some inspirations from that as well.
Do you commonly get that from clients, or is it not really? Because then you can really sort of color match.
Yeah, I always ask for like an inspiration pic. Most of it is pulled from Pinterest, but just something so I can see what you're wanting and then the item you're giving me, and then I kind of try to make the two meet. But if they can give me like a picture of what their house looks like, so I can kind of blend it in, that helps immensely. Because like Angie said, we didn't know if it was going to look good distressed. So I took out my sander. I was like, well, let's just find out.
Yeah.
So then we sanded, and it had like that multi-dimensional of colors, and
it really good. Different layers of paint have been painted throughout the years, and you can kind of cut through some of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and
I
that's
mean,
the
it
other
was,
thing.
I think it was wood, it was white, and then it was painted brown, and then you
Yeah.
had the black, so when you sanded it, you had like all those like
Oh, it's so cool. Like
colors.
one of the doors
so
has like a
great.
big section where you can see all those layers through there. But
It
part of
looks
that's
amazing.
you being comfortable enough, or you and Tyler being comfortable enough to just go, let's do it, because we get sort of gun shy now. We're like, I don't know, get a spot on the back where no one's going to see or whatever.
That's exactly it. That is exactly
That's funny.
it.
In the Facebook Live broadcast here, Tyler had commented that he built news sets for 3 years for a company. So I guess that gave him
Oh,
You did,
that's
yeah.
cool.
some
My
experience
commentary.
with it. Yeah.
That is very cool.
That's great.
So I wish I had a picture of the piece. So I gave Joellen some copper that we had put on, like this copper backing
Yep.
that we had put on the piece. And there was some extra. So she kept that. And did I show you the picture of the bar?
Oh, that she used the other piece for?
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
girl. Did you sell that piece?
Oh yeah, so we sold the
Probably
bar
immediately.
within, like a day. Yeah, most of my pieces, not to pat myself on the back, are only last like 3 to 5 days. But
That's great, though.
yeah, that bar sold in like a day and a half.
Yeah.
But I did have an extra slab of the granite laying around, so we built an extra bar, same of the copper tin, which I love, but I didn't have enough for the backing, so it's more of like an open kind of kick your feet
Yeah.
island serving bar. But yeah,
Very
it turned out
cool.
so gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love that copper.
If our porch would have been done, that piece would have been at our house.
Would have
oh
been
my
ours,
God.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, why isn't my porch done yet?
So that's a good thing for you guys watching, though. If you're interested in any of these pieces, when they get posted, and I've got the website link up here on screen. If you're listening to the audio version of the podcast, as always, we'll put a link in the show notes so you can just click it. But if you see a piece that you like on Shabby Jo's site, you better get it, because it's not going to be there very long.
Yeah. And you can find her on Facebook under Shabby Jo. So we'll have all that. We have like a screen popping up with all that information on there.
Yep.
And if you're on the podcast, of course, when you listen to the podcast, you can go to the show notes and find all that information as well.
That's right.
So I wanted to ask you before we go on, because we're going to talk about the event that you're organizing. So what's next for Shabby Jo's? I mean, is this just something, you're a busy mom, so is this something we're just still going to keep being creative in the garage for a while? Like, what's up?
Honestly, I have this dream, and I'd probably daydream about it too much for it not to be my reality. I want to win the lottery. I mean, who doesn't? I want to buy
We have the
a
same
huge thing
dream.
of land. And I want like my own store. Like that is like the end goal, to where I can just have my kids with me and, drop them off at school, put my little close sign for my lunch break, pick up my kids from school. Like that is the all-time dream, is to have my store.
To have your own
and
little
storefront.
storefront. Oh,
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good dream that can become reality, and you don't even need to win the lottery to make that a reality, which is, I mean, it would be nice. Like, it would be
Yeah,
nice.
right.
It would help
Yeah.
you, of course, but it's definitely not something needed in order to make a dream like that come true. So
Yeah. I'm working hard. That's the end goal.
that is
At least a
awesome.
10-year plan.
Now, do you want your place to be like a little more set, like in a country setting, or are you thinking like a little city shop? Like, that's always interesting to me, where you would want the location.
So I live in Volusia County, so it's very quiet, just tons of neighborhoods. So I'd probably want something more like upbeat, like Uptown Altamont, or like Sanford Lake Mary area is like a big shopping area. That's probably what I would pick.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
good spot there, too.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, right.
familiar
Go
with the
get lunch,
Altamont
go
one.
shopping.
Yeah.
And both growing areas that aren't going to stop
Yeah.
growing.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt.
And very trendy. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
they're starting to get those trendy little shopping areas back in.
Yeah,
Now,
and I don't know if it's a compliment. I mean it as one, but that whole, I didn't even know this term until I met you, but that whole shabby chic, that look, that
Yeah.
worn stuff is super popular. It's everywhere now.
Yeah, I don't think it goes
Yeah.
out of style. The thing about the distressed look is you can put a distressed look in a very modern house.
Yeah.
So it might be the only piece you have, but you can add that into so many different decor types.
Yeah,
is what I
agree.
love about it. So
do
it's
too.
it's a very versatile style, definitely. So
I like it because it hides like all my kids' marker marks, the dog marks,
all the flaws, baby.
Because he's a mechanic.
Well, it's funny. That's another thing Angie said when we got the coffee bar and she was making coffee. She said another thing I like about this is if you accidentally like smack into it with a coffee cup or something, it just looks like it's part of the style for them.
That's right. If a little ding comes out, you just rub it right out. Just there you go. Can add a little character to it. You know,
paid extra for that. Right.
Yep. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of giving back to your community, because that is something that you do big time. And the first thing I want to talk about is you did a yard sale for for a foundation that we just had on the show a little while ago, the C.A.R.E Foundation. And can you tell us a little bit about why you did that and what the outcome of that was?
So it was actually Shelly Nelson, which is one of my good guy friends' parents, Shelly and Rich Nelson. They would put on a fundraiser yard sale every single year at their house. For 3 months, they would gather up a lot of donations, and one full weekend, they would sell everything. I mean, thousands of dollars were raised. You know, the word was put out there for certain foundations, and especially the one that you just interviewed, the C.A.R.E, right?
C.A.R.E Foundation, yes.
Yep. They were even out there with their animals on site. It was cool.
Cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
And what was the outcome of that? The yard sale that you did for that? You guys raised a heck of a lot of money for that.
I think it was over $11,000.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
In 3 days. Yeah. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm. That is impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of hard work. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, you know, to put an event together like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
And find people to donate items or come and volunteer or, you know, just running the thing. And so you've gotten into that again, helping to organize a major event for a local family in need.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit more about this barn raiser event for Evangeline?
Sure. So Shelly Nelson, they used to live in Longwood, which is where they would normally do the yard sale event. They've since moved to Geneva. And on her property, she owns the Old Red Barn of Geneva. It's a cute store. It has 30 plus vendors. We each have our own little booth inside this cute red barn. So she's allowing me to sponsor and withhold the yard sale event at the store. So I've been taking donations probably almost 2 months now. Almost her full garage is full of donations.
Oh, great.
My garage is full. I have been painting almost every hour of my life. Yeah.
Checking her watch during the show here.
But I'm just putting on a huge fundraiser. Oh, I think we froze. Hopefully I didn't lose you.
No, you're still here.
You're still here.
Your video froze for a minute. It'll come back usually.
And it froze in a flattering spot too. You're smiling. So it's not like with me when it freezes and it's the most horrible face I could ever make. You know?
It always happens that way. But so the event is just so I can give you some official dates, is going to be Friday, July 17th through Saturday, July 25th. That is when the event's going to come take place. We have tents set up. It's a very yard sale like setup. So we're going to have everything from furniture painted by me, clothes, shoes, purses, kids' toys, gently used things.
Oh, very nice.
Tons of farmhouse decor. Yeah, like you name it, we got it.
So can we talk for a minute about what the event is for? Because I don't think we've really discussed that. Like, I mean,
sure. So it's for Evangeline, 2-year-old girl. I actually used to babysit her older sister, Haley, and my mom and Sonia, the mom of Evangeline, used to work at Toys R Us together. Very sweet family. So last October, Evangeline was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma. It is a cancer that attacks your soft tissues and your organs. She was diagnosed with stage 3, an immediate risk, which is a lifelong cancer diagnosis. So immediately they started cancer treatments, chemo, radiation. She's gone through proton therapy. She has gone through a lot, just, fighting for her life. And she's going to continue to have to do that for a very long time.
Yeah. Well, it's so great that you're doing the event to help raise proceeds for her.
Yeah, I'm sure that, when any diagnosis like that comes along, especially now, like during COVID, the family was probably already going through this, obviously, because you said it was back in October, and then COVID hit, and now even more financial struggles, I'm sure. So anything that the community can do to come together and help someone like that, help a family like that, kudos to you.
Yeah. I hate to do this, but I think we did freeze up on the Skype call. I think your video froze up. So I'm going to, that's okay. I'm going to switch over real quick. I'm going to kill the call on Skype, and then I'm going to call you right back. And in the meantime, let's just pull up a screen of the information for Shabby Jo's.
There we go.
And stand by, everybody. We're going to be right back here with this. Joe, we're going to hang up on you and call you right back.
Okay, goodbye.
Should I do can everybody still hear me?
They can.
Should I do the Jeopardy thing?
Sure. Here we go.
Because everybody needs to hear Angie sing every time that I'm on Facebook.
All right, wait for it.
Skype likes to freeze on us.
Well, it's very particular to bandwidth sometimes. So, all right.
It hurts my ear sometimes.
I wonder if her Skype crashed because I'm not getting an answer now. No. Let's hang up and give her a minute. Oh, it says she's not online, so maybe we'll give her.
Oh, maybe her internet went down.
It may have, or her Skype may have crashed. If it says active now, let's call her back. Here we go.
I like the little sound that Skype does whenever it's like dialing up,
like sonar.
Like that little, it's like a little sonar.
All right. Well, let's see what's going on here. This is what happens when you're live, folks.
That's right. But while you guys are sitting there, you should head on over to her Facebook page, Shabby Jo's, and check out some of the awesome pieces that I'm sure she has available right now, but some of the pieces she's done in the past. And she does do custom work too, so you can send her a picture and give her an idea of what you want. But she is creative, so you got to let that, some of that creativity come out so it's a unique piece. That's what I like. Put your own flair to it.
Oh, I love that too. Yeah, it's there's no two pieces the same.
That's right. So while I'm waiting on her response, I wanted to let you guys know that we are going to be at that event.
Oh, yes, we are.
Not every day, but on the final day, July 25th. And once again, it's at the Old Red Barn of Geneva. And we're going to have all that information available so that you guys know where the location is and everything like that.
Yeah, excited to be part of that. It's going to be great.
And then we'll talk with Jo a little bit more about that when we get her back on. But we're excited. We'll hang out for the whole day on Saturday and do some shopping probably for the house.
Oh, sure.
Can we? Decorative stuff.
I know we're going to ask her this, but while we're waiting for her Skype to come back online. So how does the event work? Do you know? So there'll be pieces there. Is it like a silent auction? Is it?
Yeah. So they are going to have silent auction pieces, which will be some larger pieces that are donated by some of the vendors.
Right.
Also, they're just going to, some of the vendors are going to be donating some of their proceeds of their sales to the fundraiser as well.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then they'll have some fun stuff on Saturday, food and drink sales, stuff like that.
Oh, good. Excellent.
I think we have her.
Just take a second to
load
kick in.
up.
There it goes. Now we see you again.
Is.
Okay, great.
Did you notice that Joellen is coordinated with her background?
I totally noticed that, of course.
Did you see did you notice the little yellow flowers behind you? You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Yeah, because I'm currently sitting in my kids' playroom.
Wow, you never would have known.
That's where you're hiding.
I have my daughter's shiplap wall, and I threw the rocking chair and a flower pot.
That's so perfect for what you do, honestly, because it looks like a little perfect set.
That is quite amazing. I'm like, did she do that on purpose? I bet she did.
She did.
So while we were kind of working out the technical difficulties, we were talking a little more about the event, and I was asking about like how it works and is it a silent auction? So I guess there's pieces where people make bids, or how does it work?
I'll let Joellen go into that a little bit.
Okay, so I don't know why I can't see your faces. I only see your icon. But so the auction is going to start officially. Open bids. It's going to be a silent auction. So for the Friday, July 17th through the Saturday, July 25th is when it'll be open. You're going to have a couple items to bid on. 2 items created by me. It's going to be gorgeous. I'm almost done with it. Oh, now I see your faces.
There we are.
I finally popped up on my screen. So it's going to be a farmhouse table, gorgeous espresso stained top, white distressed base, 5 chairs, a bench, and then I also have a matching china hutch. So if you're looking for any of those.
Oh, wow.
And then we also have 2 farmhouse decor baskets. So you can bid, and it'll be a giant basket full of farmhouse decor, so you can decorate your bathroom to your kitchen to your daughter's room, whatever. But yeah, you can bid on that, and other than that, it's going to be yard sale like sales.
Okay. And so tell us the bids, because me and you talked about this on the phone. So it's like a silent auction type thing, right, where you're bidding.
Yep.
Now your event's going from the 17th to the 25th. Does somebody have to be there to win the bid?
No, which is so amazing. You can bid from your home. I know with the COVID, people, are venturing out, but they're nervous. Bid online. I'm going to post it every single morning of what the current bid is for that specific item. And if you want to bid because your bid was bid out or someone bid higher than you would be the next person. I would just need your contact information, name, and a phone number. The auction does close Saturday, July 25th. And if I don't hear from you a full 24 hours, it will go to the next person. But yeah, you don't have to be there at all.
Awesome.
Wow, that's great.
Now, are you going to post these on Shabby Jo's, or are they going to be posted on the Old Red Barn of Geneva, or both places? How are you doing that?
Everything will be posted on Shabby Jo's. I created the event for the barn raiser for Evangeline. That way it's just easier for everybody. It's one person kind of organizing everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll share it every single morning, and I'm sure I have good friends, so I'm sure they'll share it too.
Oh,
but
yes,
yeah.
it'll be shared away. That is for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely be sharing it.
Yeah.
We're excited to be there too. I mean, it's cool that you don't have to be there, but I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, so we are going to be there on Saturday with you on the very last day, Saturday the 25th, and we'll have our stuff all hooked up there, and Dan's the technical guy, so I don't know if it's going to be recorded or live, whatever it's going to be.
And maybe we'll stream from there. That might be cool. We'll do like a Facebook live stream or something, but we'll definitely be recording.
Have the goats in the background.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yes. And then we also do have some musical guests that are going to be there.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. The one and only Kitchen Killaz.
We have the Kitchen Killaz. They're going to come, and I do believe they're there from 11 to 2. And they're going to be doing some of their hits and some covers they'll probably do, but they're very entertaining.
They really are. Those guys are great.
They know how to wrangle a crowd, and everybody will be entertained. I know Joellen has seen some of their stuff that they do.
Some of their shenanigans. Great. Yeah, they're very talented, but they're also very funny and interactive with the crowd.
Yeah,
and it'll be a great event.
Yeah, I watched some YouTube videos. Loved it. I'm excited.
Yeah. We joined that. Well, Billy was on with us. He did an interview, and then we've been over to their house and
met with the Commodore. We have to have them back on when the world goes back to normal.
They'll be on before they go on. They'll be on July 16th. I think they're going to be on the show this month. So right before they come to do the event.
Yeah, they'll be on in the same way that you're on. But I can't wait to have all be in the same room again.
Oh yes. We like meeting people in person. Like, this is cool and everything that we can see each other's face, but there's just something about being in a room together. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just having that interaction.
No one freezes up.
Oh yeah.
In person either like this.
Well, I mean,
I guess you could.
Depends if I start thinking too hard or something, and everything kind of goes numb. Because that does happen sometimes. So we do have, so Joellen on, I think you said Friday, right? We're going to have a piece that you're going to be auctioning off that we will be posting a picture of. And then our audience as well can start doing the bidding.
Yeah.
So that is going to be awesome. So you have to keep an eye out on our social media on Friday for when we post that picture of the awesome piece that she is refinishing.
Yeah.
And you want it for you haven't even seen it yet, and you want it for your kitchen.
Yeah, I'm running the slides while we're talking here of some of the work that you've done and some of the pieces that you've had, and just kind of give people an idea of what they can expect. So, and how are we going to go to this event without buying half the stuff?
I don't know, but we need decorative stuff for the house. So, I wanted to ask you too about the event. On Saturday, are you going to be having any like food vendors? Like, what's going on Saturday that would draw people out? And also, the opening day of it, there's something going on too. It's the farmers market, correct?
Yes, ma'am. So Friday, currently right now we are only open Fridays and Saturdays. That's just, to kind of condense the exposure here of COVID-19. It's been pretty slow throughout the week, so we're just trying to stay on weekends, and we're closed on Sundays. But that very first Saturday, I believe that's July 18th, is our farmers market. So all the local vendors, fresh produce, candles, lotions, soaps from their goats, like everything local, which I love, having like the community come together. Like, you're so surprised at someone next door that makes their own soap from their goat's milk. It's insane. Yes. But Saturday, July 25th is like our last day of the event. So we're going to do a big shebang, live music and the food. So come out, get some food. It's going to be so yummy.
Get some music.
Yeah, music, shop.
That's the main thing. Like, let's get shopping, people. Or, I'm sure that there will be donation jars as well. So if you don't find anything that you love, you can just make a straight out donation.
Yeah.
We also do have the GoFundMe account posted right now for Evangeline. So if, you're not able to come out and enjoy the event actually any of the days, you can actually still make a donation and help support a local family in need.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I have to mention this because I know it's on a lot of people's minds, but for those of you that are concerned about social distancing and masks and everything else, all that stuff will be in play there. We're very careful about that. We're very conscious of that. And, that'll be, everyone's going to be aware of the spacing and the masks and everything else.
Yes. It is an outdoor event, and even the barn is very large. You have plenty of room. If someone's down that aisle, you can go around into the next aisle.
Yeah.
There's lots of room, and it is Seminole County, so masks are required currently.
Yes.
But bring your sunscreen, bring your masks, and come shop.
Make a day of it, yeah.
Now, I did want to ask, do you know, is the family going to be out there, or are they kind of staying away from crowds right now? Because
I would love to have them come out, but just safety purposes, they will not be making an appearance, which, it's very understandable.
Understandable, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Well, this is exciting. I'm excited. And I want to go.
Oh, I wanted to ask something else. I'm sorry. So this happens sometimes. Well, this happens every podcast, and I'm sure Joe has watched some of our shows. I have like a moment. I don't know, the words don't come out.
Hey, you know what? It's great. I was just about to wrap up, but let's keep chatting.
Yet. The brain just, okay. So I know, like, me and you have chatted in the past about how it's important for you to instill in your kids that kind of giving spirit. And there, there's something special that you do for like their birthdays where you've asked people who want to give them gifts to do something different. And so I wanted to have you chat about that a little bit, because I think it's very commendable, and it's a wonderful idea for other parents. And then
I'm so surprised you remembered.
I do. And then how are you instilling that giving spirit in the kids? They're so little. So how are you starting to teach them that at the young age that they are now?
Well, my oldest daughter just turned 5.
Oh, baby.
And my Bubba boy just turned 3, and Lulu just turned 1. But when Merrick and Dallas were younger, they are so spoiled beyond means. I mean, if you could see our house, their rooms are full of toys. The playrooms, we are so fortunate. And so when it comes to their birthdays, people would ask, what do they want? What do they want? And I'm like, they don't need anything. They don't need anything. So I was like, you know what? We're going to do something different. So everyone would donate like essential items, whether it was female care products or deodorant, sunscreen, hand sanitizer when you could actually find it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Toilet paper.
And we would donate it to local charities, or we donated a huge one to veterans, and then we did a big one to Geneva Blessings, which is an organization for kids, because we have so much. I want the kids to realize we're so blessed compared to someone else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they know. I mean, especially this sale, we went through Dallas's toy. She's like, "Oh, am I donating this so some other little girl can play with it?"
Oh.
And I'm like, "Yes, we are." And she is fully aware of what she's doing. So I hope when she continues to grow, she remembers.
That's amazing.
Oh, that is amazing. I love that.
You guys keep up the good work with that.
Yeah.
That's I feel like if I could go back in time, that is one of the things I would have taught my that's the piece of advice I would have given myself as a young mother.
Yeah.
Is to instill that into my kids. I mean, I think we did things, but I didn't put enough focus on it, and I definitely wish I had did that. So that is one of the pieces, one of the words of wisdom I try to give to other people. Make sure they learn how to give back.
Yeah, or young parents. And I agree. I
Yeah.
think, we did it too somewhat with the kids, but not like you're doing, not regularly. This was like a Christmas time thing or whatever. So I love that you do that. And I love that they're already getting instilled that sort of understanding of some people are not as fortunate. And it almost sounds like they're eager to give away some of their stuff to, to others.
Yeah.
So I love that.
It just shows you though that that stuff really doesn't mean that much to them. It's more the joy
they're more about
that
the
they
experiences in time,
Yeah.
as opposed to things.
Yeah.
They'll remember that time you went fishing with no supplies, as opposed to the
Having
one baby
everything.
doll they got that they'll forget tomorrow.
Yes.
That's right.
That they have.
Yeah, and I have learned from the kids that some of the times where I thought we were struggling are the times they were having the most fun, and then some of the times where they got this cool thing they don't even remember at all. So it's a great point.
Well, keep up the good work, Mama.
Yes, and thank you so much for joining us. This was great, and it was nice to kind of meet you, not in person, but meet you again. It's been a long time. And we look forward to being at the event, and we're proud to be part of it.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. And we love what you do, just your, the furniture and stuff. It's great work.
Thank you. I love doing it.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to take a short break, and we'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, sure. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back. And Joe, thanks again for joining us. We're going to kill the Skype call now, and we will see you at the event.
Okay, see you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, hang tight, guys. We'll be right back in just a minute. All right, hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us for that. We're excited. We're excited to be part of the event. And thanks again to Jo Caulder for. Am I saying her last name right? Caulder. No, she said Caulder. Caulder.
Sorry, Joe.
You're messing with me.
Well, okay, so here's what I did. So, because I worked with her so many years ago,
right?
I put her maiden name on the Facebook page today.
Oh my goodness! Well, luckily
she's like, you put my maiden name. I'm like, oh my gosh, because that name was in my brain.
Yeah,
like from just so many years ago. It's crazy how it does that.
You know what I remember about their wedding? So everybody loves weddings, and the receptions are always full. Not everybody, but I do. The receptions are fun. It's a party, whatever. I like that part of it. But for their ceremony, it was like a country themed wedding.
Yeah,
and I just remember a 4-wheel drive, like a monster truck, like a RC monster truck coming down the aisle, but I don't remember what was on it. Was it like
it was the rings?
It was the ring bearer with the pillows on it and the ring.
It was great.
It was really cool.
It was the coolest thing I've ever seen in a wedding.
It was very
I loved
cool.
it. Yeah, it was a good time. So we just wanted to thank Joellen again. And you guys know that we love to support our small businesses, and that's what Shabby Jo's is. It's a small business. And so definitely check her out on Facebook at Shabby. You can just look her up, Shabby Jo's, and see all the great pieces that she does. And definitely, guys, if you can make it out to this event at the barn raiser for Evangeline. Get my thought out there. If you can make it out one of those days, please definitely go by and support that. We'd love to see you on the 25th when we're out there, but you get out there whenever you can. And if not, you can definitely go to the GoFundMe account for Evangeline. We'll have the links on the page. and yeah, help out a family in need. So we're excited to be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm excited to be a part of the event. I'm excited to see all the pieces that she's going to be selling or I guess auctioning off, but also, very largely because of that it's helping Evangeline.
Yeah.
And there's not really much of a better cause than helping a kid that's dealing with something like that.
Yes, we do. We do know that from here in our community as well.
We sure do.
We sure do.
But I think that's it, guys. So thanks for joining us on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us on the podcast. Don't forget that you can rate, review, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcast app. And
that's right.
You can't. There's the button for that.
Oh, there it is.
And if you want,
wait, I gotta get
you
it
gotta
right.
try to get it. There you go.
Review.
Oh,
subscribe.
where's it? Oh, do it again. Wait,
right there. Rate, review, subscribe. Thank you.
And don't forget, you can call us at
407-490-3899 or email us at feedback@fineanddangy.com.
Do you have that phone number memorized?
Heck no. It's rolling right in front of my face. So that's how I know. And guys, definitely don't forget to check out our social media at Fine and Dangy. This Friday, we're going to post that auction piece that's going to go up for bids. So we want you to take a peek at that and start getting your bids in on a beautiful custom piece of work made by Joellen.
Yes. And for clarity, again, where can they find the link to do the bid? That's going to be on our Facebook page.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna post a picture of it, but I will put where they can make the bid. It's gonna be at Shabby Jo's.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. And
I'll point them in the right direction.
Perfect. That's what we need.
And
that wraps up, guys. So have a good night. Have a good day. And we will see you next week. And don't forget.
At the end of the day.
It's all. We're going to do it again. We got to do it again.
I almost broke my iPad. Sorry. Edit. No, don't edit. Okay.
Not edit.
All right. Do it again.
At the end of the day,
it's all fine and dandy.